Page 26, Tambourin. This is an interesting piece. We're getting out of this nice, neat 5-finger position a little more and spreading out a little more, at least in the right hand we are. Let's look it over. 2 pages long, more or less. Treble and bass clef, 4/4 time signature. I don't see any accidentals anywhere. It looks like we're only using white keys on this one. So, right hand first. Let's make sure we understand what it's doing. Starting here, thumb on middle C, put you here. And do 1 and 2 and just reach up to the octave. Stay there because you got to do that. And you will develop a feel for that octave eventually. You won't even have to look down to see where it is. You'll just feel an octave. That's all. And then you collapse, back down, measure 3. Thumb. If you're doing the C major scale, and I hope you are, I have videos on the scales. Go find my list on, or playlist on musical scales and bookmark it, because you'll need it. And do the C major scale. This kind of thing is in there. You just passing the thumb under like this. Don't twist around and do all. If you'll relax, your thumb will move some. And that's all it takes. Just here. And then going. Now measure 5. We're in sixths here. The interval of a sixth, because a fifth would be here, but we're one more. And this, we're going to use 5/1, 5/1 on these. Because here, scrunch up a little bit, and then go down. Scrunch up again. So we're just going down. I could keep going. You don't have to go that fast. The point is, this is something, and you go up too. This is common. Okay, so, and you want to get to where you can do this without looking at the keyboard eventually. You can feel moving out or in one key. Down. And then on measure 6, you're back in the 5-finger position. And then measure 7, they want you to thumb under. And then measure 9, you're back doing what you were doing before. Let's go down to the bottom of page 27. It's measure 18. This is a C major scale going up. Thumb comes down here for the E, because the 5-finger position is here. The thumb's got to be here at the end. If you're doing the C major scale, you run across this stuff in music, and you will. You just play it, because it just comes, because you already know how to do it. If you're not doing the scale, you'll struggle trying to make this smooth and even and controlled. Been there, done that. It doesn't work. So go do the scales on this stuff. Now left hand just has the C and the G for the most part, and you just corner notes. Isn't this fun? Let's go down to what, measure 16? Half notes. Half note C chord, and then a G7 chord. And then the last measure at the bottom, that you need to know that note. If you don't, it's 2 ledger lines below bass clef. It's a C. It's down here. It's 2 octaves below middle C. Put the hands together. Well, the left hand's not doing much, just keeping time. Here. Get the idea? As long as you can keep time in the left hand, when your right hand is still going a bit crazy, you'll be fine. Yeah. So you go through and put the hands together, and then go back through and work out the hesitations. Take it as slow as you need to, don't care. But no hesitations. It's got to be a steady beat all the way through. And once you can do that, then we can think about the articulation. There are going to be short staccatos, and I'm hinging at the wrist on these staccatos. I'm on the key. Each time I'm on the key and I'm bouncing off. And I go back on the key and bounce off again each time. And then begin both hands. And again, I'm on the key and I'm bouncing off each time. The arm stays still. It's all in the wrist. Once you can do the articulation, mainly the staccatos, then we'll think about the dynamics, and that is to the melody, which is the right hand. Loud, whatever you think loud is. Forte. This left hand needs to be sort of a moderately soft. Soft. And then louder. See, the measure 8 is soft. Then up to almost moderately loud. Now loud. So you can do the dynamics. Just keep it, it's in the right hand. That's what we want. At the end, the measures 18 and 19. You're starting that moderately loud in the right hand. And the last couple notes or so, you don't go up to loud. Here, stay. Yeah, stay. Don't start getting louder immediately. You'll be loud too soon. We don't want to be loud until the last measure, and that's the right hand. Left hand is sort of a moderately softer. Yeah. And then finally the speed. How fast? Well, moderato. So it's not a race. Somewhere in the middle, it's what it feels like. On these 8 notes, what are these? Just a nice, not quite fast, and not slow. Somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in there, I think. Somewhere in there. I play by feel, so how do I feel it? You got to get into it and feel it, you start interpreting it. So you may adjust the dynamics slightly. You may adjust the staccatos and things slightly. Normally, when I do a lead-in, I like to connect the lead-in to what it leads into. For instance, measures 8 and 9 in the right hand. These lead into this. They lead into it. So I would typically connect it, just regardless of what their articulations, I would just connect it. But in this piece, it actually makes more sense to me to disconnect it. So it's like the silence right before I play measure 9 is an important part of the piece. It's like at the beginning, we had silence and then we started it. Well, this is the same thing. I want a little silence before I start that. So here I would disconnect the lead in from what it leads into. That's a rare occurrence that I would do that. Now look out for the little things. They're kind of important. Like on measure 4. In the right hand we have a dotted half note, which is 3 counts. In the left hand is staccatos. So on beat 3 you're done in the left hand, but you're still holding the right hand down. And then you go on. Then you lift up. So make sure, don't lift them at the same time. Like that. No, that's incorrect. Please don't do that. Hold that down for the full 3 counts and then go on. Now there is a retardando at the end of this. Here, okay, you can do that. It doesn't say how much to slow down, you just slow down. What feels right. Let's play this together slowly and double check all the notes and rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics, just notes and rhythms. Now I'll do the staccatos and things. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and. There's a duet at the bottom here. I'd like to play that. It's kind of a boring duet. Basically, the duet's just doing what your left hand is doing. So I'm going to probably play something on every beat, just to keep the beat going. I'll think of it. So let's do the duet together. I'll give us 4 counts. I do need you to go up an octave, though. Remember, this middle C is here on the piano. Just pretend middle C is up here. So instead of here, you're up here. Up here. Now let's play it together. 1, 2, ready, go.